Hello guys, welcome back. Today I'm going to be showing off one of my favorite fighting games called Last Fight. Now this is actually based on a comic book series in France called Last Man, and it's $14.99 plus tax in the PlayStation Store. I highly recommend it to anyone who is a fan of fighting games. It's a really awesome game. So I'm going to show you some gameplay today and just give you a general idea of how the gameplay works. So I'm going to hit myself in, and this is the first character. And he is the main hero of the story. His name is Richard. And then we have his friend Duke. These guys are both boxers. And they're the main heroes. You can pick between either one of these guys in the main story. Now, any character after that point is a villain that you will be fighting. Starting with Spice. And she is clearly a Poison Ivy ripoff. Then we have Cold Cane, who is my personal favorite character, who's kind of like a demon. Then we have Flapjack, who is like a really big buff version of the creature from the Black Lagoon. We have Professor Acid, who is a really odd character who is in a mechanical suit that's kind of like a hybrid between a piranha and a dinosaur. We have Crystal, who's an armored cheerleader. We have Chandu, I hope I'm saying his name correctly. He kind of reminds me of the Skeksis off the movie The Dark Crystal. If you know that movie, I think that's where they got the idea from. And then we have our main villain. He's the one who's behind it all. And I will get into the story a little later. And he is Mr. Dreamer. And he is a lover of all things disco and rock and roll. So I'm going to start off with my favorite character. And then I'm going to hit in the AI. And I'm probably going to choose, let's see, I'll pick Crackjack, Fire versus Water. And now I'm going to pick the stage. Each stage has a very unique boss. In Power Stone, you would get all 3 gems. The main goal is to get all 3 gems while you're fighting, and you will transform into the stage's boss, which is that really odd creature right there. And in Power Stone, if you gathered all 3, you would turn into a unique form each character had, and you would get a special attack that was really powerful. In this game, when you gather all 3 orbs, which you'll see them appear, you will transform into that level's boss. I love how you can roam around these levels. You can pick up anything and use it as a weapon. There's also special power-ups you can use, like these boxing gloves. And there'll be different weapons and different stages that you can use. These are the orbs I was talking about. If I can get all 3 of them, you'll be able to see what this boss's, which is stage's boss, looks like, I should say. Trying to concentrate here. Not lose my first match. There we go. Here's the third one. This is what the boss looks like for this stage. It has 2 different attacks. Each boss has 2 different attacks that it can use. You start the next level off holding a trophy, which is really cool. It gives you like a weapon you can throw right off the bat. That's his grab attack. Love that move. Just grabs them. Takes a drag from his cigar and blows the smoke in their face. Now, Crackjack is a very strong character. He is not one to take lightly. As you can see, he is quite powerful. But if I can get those orbs away from him and become the boss again, we should finish him. Alright, I finished him with 1 final blow. Didn't even need to transform, so that's good. So that's the versus mode. There is no online to this, sadly, but what they do offer is they offer AI and they give them gamer tags. I don't know why. They try to make them appear as if they are actually people playing, but this is not online. I hope if it ever gets a sequel that it will. However, what's really unique about this is that as you continue to play, the AI kind of evolves. Each character will kind of evolve to your gameplay, and it just keeps growing more and more challenging. And sometimes that's what's weird about it, is you'll swear there really is a person fighting on the other end, because it really gives a very good challenge. So it's very strange how the characters keep changing their fighting style to kind of evolve to yours, which is pretty cool. I used to think they were actually real people because they'll put different gamer tags when you're playing ranked, but came to find out that they were all just really AI when they started repeating themselves over and over again. So this gives a quick wrap-up of the story here, and it shows after these people take this mysterious drug, how they went from normal people and how they transformed. And Richard is basically out to save his girlfriend from Mr. Dreamer, who's the one behind the drug, and also the one who kidnapped his girlfriend. And that's where we will go into the next part here, which is the story mode. So you get to pick between Richard and Duke. I'm going to play with Richard. And it's basically going to tell the story of this mysterious drug that is corrupting people's mind while transforming them into these weird abominations. And this is just sweeping the streets. It's just going crazy. And in the midst of this, Richard's girlfriend ends up getting kidnapped by one of these crazy individuals called Mr. Dreamer, and he's on the quest to basically save her. So that's the story. And that's the drug right there. And the funny thing is Richard's going to think that Duke is actually taking this, when in reality he's not. He doesn't even give his friend a chance to explain that he's not using the drug. And he proceeds to attack him. So that leads into the first fight. Now, I usually only play as Cold Kane. I usually don't play the story or any of the other characters, so I'm going to do my best. But I might get my butt kicked. But I love how you can run around and pick up different items. That's really cool. I love that about it. Wow, am I really going to be able to pull off a flawless here? Oh, spoke too soon. He got me. Well, at least I didn't get a couch to the face. So now Duke explains that he was not on the drug, which he should have gave him the chance to be able to explain that anyway, but Richard overreacted. And now he gets the call from Mr. Dreamer that his girlfriend has been kidnapped. And the funny thing is instead of going right out to rescue her, they actually go to a spa and decide to relax and take it easy for a little while she's sitting there being kidnapped. So this is our first villain we're fighting. Spice, the Poison Ivy ripoff. Let's see how I do against her. She's a pretty tough character. These cutscenes kind of take a while to move on. There we go. Now she has the ability to lay these Venus flytraps. If I step on them, it's going to hurt really bad. So I have to try to avoid them as much as possible. wow, I got all 3 gems. This is this stage's boss. I gotta watch out for that bomb. That bomb's coming. But I really love the look of this game. It really does have a really unique animation to it, kind of like a comic book style, which really fits the theme. Ah, I stepped too close to the plant. It got me. No, she's going to transform. Now, when they transform, the only thing you can do is try to avoid them as best as possible. That's really all you can do. You can do damage. Oh, she got me. You can do damage to them while they're in the boss form, but it's not going to be very much. Oh, tried grabbing her when she got up, but she was on to me. There we go. She's really good. I like choosing her a lot as my partner in 2v2s. Now, this is my favorite character. We will be fighting him in his office. And what's really cool about this is they actually make a RoboCop reference in his stage. If you look in the background, you will actually see a robot that looks very similar to an Ed 209 in the RoboCop movies, which is pretty cool. I like that they threw in that reference. And he is a banker, Cold Kane. He works for Richard. So Richard is going to pay him a visit, maybe to pay the ransom for his girlfriend, and he comes to find out that Cold Kane has also been taking the drug. So this is what he has become. I love these rocket launchers. They do a lot of damage. And you can call it an airstrike if you hold on to the phone long enough, but I'm not going to risk that. But I'm going to prevent him from doing that as well. He's much better at avoiding me than I would be of him. Oh. It's one of his power-up moves. You'll see that little circle underneath them. When that's full, each of them have a unique power move that they can do. And you just saw Cold Kane's where he blows like that fireball. Now, there is a hidden character. If you defeat Mr. Dreamer and you defeat all the villains without using any continues, you actually come across his girlfriend, and when you're rescuing her, if you hit in a button combination at the right time, you will unlock a final boss fight, and she's the secret boss. She will become a half-scorpion, half-human hybrid, and once you defeat her, you will be able to unlock her and actually use her as a playable character. I thought I had her unlocked on this profile, but unfortunately it doesn't seem like I do. Maybe I'll do another gameplay where I will actually show myself defeating her and getting her as part of the roster, because I would like to show her off as well. She has a really unique look to her, and she's very strong, very powerful. She is the only one you can use a continue on. That's how powerful she is. So if you can make it to her without using any continues, but if you probably will die the first time fighting her, because she is really strong, and she's specially made to be able to counter Duke and Richard's moves. So she's quite strong. And the good thing is that you can lose her, but you have to keep repeating the fight. You can't stop and then go back and refight her. You have to keep repeating the fight. And he got me because I'm way too busy talking. Oh, he's transforming. Now this is this stage boss. A giant cyclops. I have to concentrate here. So I apologize if I'm quiet during fighting. He is a very strong character in general. Let's hope I win this. Oh, he knew what I was going to do. He was on to me. So that's one of the things I really like about this game, is even though it's not online, it really does give a very good challenge. And the more you play, it's like the characters actually evolve to your gameplay style and keep trying to counter you in different ways. And no, I couldn't pull it off, guys. I just got served. Crackjack wins. So I'm going to exit here. I may do a separate video where I actually show myself playing all the way through and beating the final secret character. So that'll be a video for the future. But now I'm going to show off some of the other different game modes. So here we have Ranked. And Ranked is where they make you believe you're fighting people online. They actually give all the characters like gamer tags, and I originally thought that I was fighting people online, but when they kept repeating, that's how I came to find out that it actually was just AI. It was just the computer I was fighting. So they'll pick a character, and you'll see the name underneath, like Boxer, and their score, and they'll say like they're in 75th place. And you have to work your way up to becoming number 1. And if I kept clicking the button really fast, you would see the white bar go up real fast. I would be able to pick the stage, but I usually let them choose it, because I like having different random stages. So this is their equivalent of like fighting online, because it's not an online fighter. You can share play it, and it does play very smooth in share play. So I do challenge some of my friends to this, and they play really well on it. It's funny they just came up with a gamer tag Boxer for the name of this supposed player, and they just came up with that because Duke and Richard are boxers. You'll start each level, if you win that is, you'll start the level off with a trophy that you can use as a weapon you can throw right at the beginning. Oh, he's avoiding my grab. That's the grab I wanted to do. I love that move. Ah. Now, if they dash, they can dash right through items, so they do that quite often to avoid getting hit. I don't personally know how to do that. You gotta have the timing down like just right to be able to dash through things. But it can get you really quick to your opponent. So that is the ranked, their equivalents of online play. I hope if they ever do a sequel of this, that they will actually have online play, because that would be amazing. They have endless, where basically it's exactly that. You will just keep playing down through all of these characters, and again, they will put up like random gamer tags to make you think you're playing other people. So that just goes on endlessly. And then we have a mode called Pinball, which is a really unique mode. And in this mode, you can fight like one-on-one like a normal match, but the best thing to do is to actually hit these balls that are basically like pinballs. And if you can hit them into your opponent, they will do a lot of damage. Now, I really don't play this mode, but it would be a lot of fun if it actually was online. It would be pretty cool to actually be able to play this mode. So let's do a different stage. Let's do a stage we have not seen. Let's do this stage here. This is Mr. Dreamer's stage. So yes, they all do speak French, but luckily they do put subtitles so we can understand everything they're saying. That was a good hit. Now see how much damage they do? You can fight one-on-one, but you do a lot more damage if you can hit the balls into them. As long as it hits them being your color blue, you do a lot of damage. But if it's their color, try to avoid it. You really only want to approach them if they're black, if they're neutral. Oh, wow. This is a really fun mode. I don't play it a lot because I kind of get used to just playing different matches and ranked. That's my favorite mode. Wow, I didn't even realize he had me down that low. So that's the pinball mode. I would really like this, and I would probably play this mode a lot more if it really was online. But hopefully one day we'll get a sequel, and they will add an online mode. So that's all for now, guys, of Last Fight. I might do a gameplay where I play all the way through and defeat the final boss to show you the unlockable character. I gotta look it up on how to do the button combination to unlock her at the right moment again. So I'm gonna look that up and maybe do a gameplay of that. But in the meantime, the next video I will be featuring another game. And I really hope you enjoyed this one. Again, I really highly recommend this for anyone who's a fan of fighter games. So thank you all so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed it, and I will see you in the next video. Have a great day.